Jamaica taking advantage. 2 off the free kick. And the party just getting started in Kingston.
And it's going towards goal! He scored! Gardner has given Jamaica the lead. 1-0 with the corner kick. He tried it the first time, it was tipped away. The second one went into the net and the Jamaicans celebrate.
Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boyz commentary. Now today I'm going to give you some more tidbits and did you know facts on the Reggae Boyz as you get to know more about them more and more, and to just give you a bit more insight about them so your knowledge base builds on these players and certain aspects that you might not have think about in the past. So to kick it off, did you know the first time that we beat Panama was back in 2009? Yes, we beat Panama in a 3-2 win in a friendly international at the National Stadium. Panama took the lead early through Blas Perez, and then Jermaine Teddy Johnson got the equalizer before half-time. At the start of the second half, Devon Hodges scored his first goal for Jamaica to make it 2-1. The Panamanians then equalized, and then in extra time and stoppage time, Kemar Daladele got the third goal for us. And I won't forget what one of the commentators, Andrew Price, said: if you don't shoot, you can't score. And the crowd was screaming and saying, shoot, shoot, shoot. And he was outside the box and there was quite an unusual bounce and the ball ended up right in the back of the net. And Jamaica got that victory against Panama. It seems to be one of our bogey teams, Panama, doesn't it? It always is very difficult to play against them. They play very rigid against us, even though they have that technical prowess, moving the ball along the ground, and they use their set pieces well against us. You have to give them credit for that. And did you know the head coach at that time was John Barnes? Yes, John Barnes was the head coach during that time. That was actually his last match in charge of the Reggae Boyz in that 3-2 win over Panama. And during his tenure as head coach of the Jamaica national team, he never lost a game. He's the only manager, the only coach to coach the national team of Jamaica and never lose a game. And he played some pretty good teams during his time. Yes, majority of them Caribbean and CONCACAF teams based, but we played against Nigeria in England with a crowd at the stadium in Millwall more favouring the Nigerians. So we played some decent matches throughout the time, a few tougher CONCACAF opponents as well. So he's done well during that time that we had, and he made Rudolph Austin and Jason Morrison that linchpin in the midfield, and he had high praise for them. And then shortly after, he took up a job in League One managing Tranmere Rovers in Merseyside. Wilbur Wolf, a former Jamaican international, also represented Jamaica at the under 20 and under 17 level. He is a brother to Raphael Wolf and a cousin to Omar Cummins. Wilbur Wolf is the first Jamaican to play for an A-League team, that is the Australian League team. He played for the Central Coast Marinas in the early 2000s. There's an interesting fact there. So Jamaicans have played on all continents of the globe except Antarctica, if you think about it. TF4 Bennett played for an Angolan club. If you look in Asia, we've had loads of players play in Asia. You think about Errol Stevens, who plays there currently in Asia in a Thailand team. Ryan Johnson, who's in South Korea. Quite a number of players have played their trade in Asia. Demar Stewart, he played for a Chinese-based club. So Asia has been a good market for some players to press forward. Akeem Priestley is another player as well. So we've had quite a number of players playing in the Asian League. So we've had players playing in Africa, Asia, North America through the MLS, South America. We've seen that in a few decades ago through Alan Skill Cole, where he played for a Brazilian-based club. So he had that experience as well. Europe, as we know already, the various English leagues, Scandinavian, Eastern European. So Jamaicans have travelled well around the world when it comes to their club football, you could say. And even in the Caribbean as well, our Jamaican players have made an impression playing for clubs in Trinidad or Antigua when they used to be in the USL Pro League. So Jamaicans have done well outside of Jamaica, and they've really done us proud, winning tournaments, titles, playing in major tournaments, Europa League. So Jamaicans have done quite well, you could say, where that is concerned. Ricardo Fuller, as you know, started out his career here in Jamaica with Tivoli Gardens, but did you know the first club that he played for in England was Crystal Palace? Yes, the club that wears that jersey today, Crystal Palace. Many might think it would have been Hearts in the Scottish Premier League, but no, he was at Crystal Palace first, and that was in the 1999 to 2001. That's when he spent his time with Crystal Palace. Then he went to the Hearts. Then he had some spells with Preston North End. He was in the Premier League with Portsmouth, where he scored a goal. Southampton, Stoke, and we've seen him after Stoke spending 6 years with the club, 4 of which came in the Premier League, where he was a top scorer in 3 of those 4 seasons. So he's really made an impression at the national, in the Premier League. He scored against the likes of Arsenal a number of times. He scored against the likes of Liverpool, Sunderland, Newcastle, Tottenham. He scored against some really top teams in the league. Hull City, when they had that thriving spell in the 2008-2009 season as well. He scored against many teams. He also played in the Europa League and scored a goal against Besiktas in Turkey. It's a wonderful achievement, isn't it? Luton Shelton played in the Premier League with Sheffield United in the 2006-2007 season. Did you know that he made his debut against Manchester United? Yes. On that day he created havoc for the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville on that day. He was brought down in the box and possibly could have been awarded a penalty, but it wasn't given, and Sheffield United lost on that day 2-0. When he moved to Norway as well, when he was with Vålerenga, they played a friendly international against Barcelona, and the head coach at the time, Pep Guardiola, said Luton Shelton has that sort of pace that he wished he had in his Barcelona team. Can you imagine if Shelton had that little extra quality up front in goal, where he was a bit more clinical? Who knows? Yeah, but he has been hampered by injuries. He's had a few personal issues to deal with behind the scenes, so despite all that has gone on, he's been a well-represented servant for our country. 35 goals in 75 games, helped us win the 2005 Caribbean Cup almost single-handedly with 11 goals in that tournament. Not to mention, Roland Dean deserves a little mention as well, as he chipped in with key goals, but Luton Shelton, from the word go on his debut, he got the ball rolling into the back of the net of the opponents. And he has a goal per game ratio that any striker at the international level would want today. A goal per game ratio of a goal every 200 minutes, which is a goal every other game if you think about it. 2 games and 20 minutes. It's quite remarkable. And did you know that Donovan Ricketts made his 100th appearance for Jamaica in a 0-0 draw against Panama in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers? He did so in Panama City. That was the same day that Wes Morgan made his debut for Jamaica. That was also Winfred Schaefer's first game in charge of the Reggae Boyz as well. And Donovan Ricketts as well has been a fantastic servant for our country as well. He was the 3rd string goalkeeper for Jamaica at the 1998 World Cup. He played locally with the likes of Siba, Wadada, and he got his big break overseas, where he was on the bench, but he was part of the Premier League team, Bolton Wanderers. Played at Bradford for quite some time as well. And it was the MLS move that was so instrumental after the Caribbean Cup. He played with LA Galaxy, and in his first season, he made the MLS Cup final. 2 seasons later, he was voted the MLS Goalkeeper of the Year. And guess what? He won it twice. No other non-American or non-North American keeper has ever done that. Donovan Ricketts has been a fantastic goalkeeper for Jamaica. People may have said, he might have been a bit tentative from crosses, but his ball handling, his shot stopping, his agility, his diving, his commanding of the back 4 or back 5 in certain cases, has been instrumental for Jamaica. And in certain cases where maybe we could have gone down 3 or 4 goals, he kept it down to 1 and 2. He kept clean sheets for Jamaica, which was good. And that's it for the Did You Know facts and tidbits for the day, Reggae Boyz fans. What do you think of this video? Do you like these stats? Would you like to hear more? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.